It's July. It's July, and I still have transplants that haven't gone in the ground yet. That's never happened. Now, it's a crazy year. Everything's late. If you recall, last July, today we're the 2nd, last July 1st, well, last July 1st, I was hammering in all the stakes for the Passiflora behind me, and as you can see, that's not done yet. Also, fun fact, last July 1st was the hottest day of the year that I chose to use the 8-pound sledge and hammer in 250 stakes. But I'm not going to do that again this year. Why? Well, right now, I got a lot to do. It's looking like Friday I'll be doing this, which they're calling for the hottest day of the year. But I won't be hammering in 250 stakes with an 8-pound sledge on the hottest day of the year. No, 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 no. I planted more. I got about 360 to hammer in. Maybe I just won't film that. I don't know if you guys want to see me lose 10 pounds in a day, which I did last year. Last July, I wasn't seeding oats, which I'm about to do this afternoon, and last July, I definitely wasn't taking this tractor out to make new beds. But that is exactly what I'm going to do today. It is a crazy year. Everything is late, not just me. Literally everything, everyone around me is seeding about 2 weeks late. So things like this, that's just gonna happen this year. I just can't wait for this to get done. This handy little machine here is the bed maker, and we use it obviously to make beds with the goal of transplanting or seeding into those beds. It's usually a straightforward process. It's usually over in the spring. You see, well, first, I make a few beds. I make a few more beds. I remove 8 bolts and then lift the frame off of the bed maker. I attach the transplanter to the frame so we can get out into the field and transplant. But that's not all. Next, we take the transplanter back off of the frame, reattach the bed maker, make more beds, then take the bed maker off of the frame so we can put the transplanter back on the frame to transplant more plants. So the cycle goes, which brings us back here today in July, where I'm gonna do the whole thing over again. And if you don't mind, I'd like to bring you along for the ride. So let's go make some beds. Whew, it's hot. It is ridiculously hot. It's not even funny. There's a lot of things that I'd like to be doing right now. but I'm gonna have to settle for transplanting, and it all starts with taking the bed lifter off of the frame so we can attach the transplanter one last time. I can't wait. Why? Why are we doing all this? What's the point? As I mentioned earlier, this is a weird year and everything is a little late. But there's also some other factors at play here. The first is germination. For some reason, our valerian and skullcap had trouble germinating. Valerian, I think we seeded 3 times. Anyways, we had 0 germination. We had to reorder seeds, and so that is why those crops are actually late. I am not going to go into a year without valerian and skullcap. Now, we're sold out of both of those products, and the fact that it's super late right now means we won't get it till later in the fall. That's only part of it, though. That's only part. The other factor is space, and that's where the marshmallow comes in. See, we've already seeded marshmallow, transplanted, I've already weeded it, it's in the field, but we only have enough for about, I'd say, half of what we need, and that's just not gonna do. Now, the greenhouse this spring was just absolutely full to the top. Couldn't fit anything else in there, and as we're kind of growing here, we're gonna need to solve that. This is one way of doing it. It's something I've never done before, doing two seedings for transplanting, and it just drags on. I mean, we're in July here. I do not want to be transplanting. That's the last thing I want to be doing, but it's what we're doing today. But it is a way to get more out of your space. It's just not the way that I foresee this going. So I'm gonna have to put some thought into that and maybe expand on my greenhouse. I can't even think of that right now. That's another year. I'm gonna put this thing together. We're gonna go out and do this, hopefully for the last time. It is so hot. Whew. All right.